California, where would surfing be without it? You know, there's more surf energy here than any place else in the whole world. The California lifestyle is about having fun around the ocean, on sailboats, on sailboards, on surfboards, all kinds of toys.
Across the country, Californians are generally regarded as one big hedonistic clan. A freewheeling, fun-in-the-sun society that seems more intent on getting a good tan than just about anything else. I mean, come on, isn't the California scene just one big wine cooler commercial? Still, at the core of all this frivolity, surfing takes the center stage. This is one area where Californians take their fun very seriously. In fact, it's hard to do just about any sport without thinking of surfing first, because it's much more than just a sport. It's an attitude. Take snowboarding. Here's an example of where surfing has been taken to California's ski slopes. With nearly 1,000 miles of surfable coastline and over 1 million surfers in the state, there's scarcely a beach in California that doesn't have its own group of hardcore locals. One of the classic surf spots in San Francisco is actually right beneath the Golden Gate Bridge, a spot called Fort Point. But it's at the city's Great Ocean Beach that most of the action comes down. With the average swell size of 6 to 8 feet, this place has become a regular stop on the PSAA circuit. An hour's drive to the south, you'll find one of California's most famous breaks, the notorious Steamer Lane in Santa Cruz. This place is steeped in California surf history. Before the turn of the century, visiting Hawaiians surfed here on giant redwood boards hewn at the local lumber mill. And today, Steamer Lane is home to a surfing museum and a red-hot group of local surfers. Past the Central Coast and around Point Conception is Rincon del Mar, a little corner by the sea, world-renowned for its classic point surf and its head local, Tom Curran. Further on down Highway 1 is Ventura County, home to some of the finest beach breaks in the state. To the surfer in the know, here it's still possible to find some classic empty surf and share it with just a few friends. And then there's Malibu. Need we say more? Now, for the LA surfers who can't make it up to the glamour waves of Malibu, there's always Topanga Canyon. And then in the heart of Orange County is Surf City, Huntington Beach, with its institutions like the Surf Shops of Main Street, the famous pier, and the annual OP Pro Surfing Championships. At Trestles in San Clemente, surfers used to have to run a gauntlet of Marines protecting Richard Nixon's Western White House. These days, though, Trestles is a state park and one of the few near wilderness surf spots in this densely populated county. Finally, we're in San Diego County at another surf spot with a rich surfing heritage, Wind and Sea, the place that inspired Tom Wolfe to write his famous book, The Pump House Gang. These days, it's more famous for the super hollow tubes of Big Rock. California, when it comes to surfing, it's the Golden State indeed. When most people think of surfing, it's California and Hawaii that immediately spring to mind. But those of us who really know the sport understand that the Atlantic coast is a huge hotbed of surfing and surfers. This year, the East Coast received international attention when the ASP World Tour came to New Smyrna Beach, Florida, for the $35,000 Aloe Up Cup, where Tom Carroll and Damian Hardman faced off in the final.
I think it was great, you know, there was waves here from start to finish of the event. And sometimes you go to places and, you know, they might have waves for the first couple of days and then it'll go nearly flat for the last couple. And I think we were lucky here that we had waves the whole time. You know, but I enjoyed it. I expected the waves to actually be worse than this from what I'd heard. So, you know, I was pretty happy with the way it went here.
As all dedicated East Coast surfers know, the undisputed power center of Atlantic surfing is the Outer Banks area of North Carolina. It's also the home of international professional surfer Wes Lane.
It's virtually unspoiled even today. There's miles and miles of really good beach break. And depending on the swell and the sandbar, we can find a break, you know, with as many guys or as few guys as we want. Hatteras tends to be a pretty juicy wave, and when it's good on its day, it's as good as any beach break I've ever surfed anywhere in the world. Some days it's unbelievable how hollow it is.
The local surfing gets a little more conservative when winter brings the water temperatures down below 40 degrees. But when the suits come off, the performance level soars, and Wes Lane predicts that local shredders like John McDaniel, Roger Parker, Buzz Majette, and Dean and Pat McManus will soon be making their presence felt at the national and international level. The Outer Banks are a series of barrier islands that jet 70 miles out into the Atlantic, providing the juiciest, most consistent waves in all the East. Offshore, the warm water Gulf Stream meets the cold Labrador Current of the North Atlantic, forming weather patterns that keep the waves pumping. And with much of the Outer Banks being National Park Preserve, the size of the surf crowd is usually a matter of personal choice. The Outer Banks' almond-shaped tubes have drawn Eastern surfers for more than 30 years. Many who came for a visit have made a home here because of the laid-back island lifestyle. And, of course, the waves. Meanwhile, for longtime locals like Tom Rogers, Scooter Rayner, and Barry Price, the Outer Banks continue to provide great waves and an enviable lifestyle. And what more could any surfer ask for? The Outer Banks, the jewel in the East Coast surfing crown.